What's up, everybody? Welcome to Latin Explaining. I hope that everybody has had an amazing weekend. We are back from my vacation. I know it's been a long time, which is why I came up. You guys know today is also my birthday. So, I wanted to make something special. Give me 1 second, guys. I have like a lighting issue, so I apologize. But I wanted to say hello to everybody that started this chat. I see that Brotep was here. Um, Jose is here. Hi, Jose. Sundown Morena. Smoothie. Robert Lee says, por fin está de vuelta. Yes, I am back. I know it's been dry without me. I know. I see Third World Colombian. Morena, thank you. I tried really hard to stay pretty. I'm getting older, okay? And thank you very much for the birthday wishes from Jose and Morena. Hi, Johnny. Hi, everybody. Overall, thank you guys very much. I know I miss you guys too. It's been dry without me. I know, but I am back and I'm not going anywhere. Now, one thing I want to say before we start today, I'm going to clarify some stuff because I know we're going to get sensitive people, sensitive Slowteps that are going to get upset about what I'm going to say here today. I'm by any means, I'm doing this show to drag anybody. In all honesty, I'm doing this show because this is a topic that we need to talk about. This is something that must be said, and not a lot of people are talking about it. And unfortunately, it's costing our community. And I know I started this whole show in season 1 with, mental health. We talk about how to save money on a personal level. We talk about how to start, working with gentrification and benefit from it and make a profit. We talk about, the cost of being still like married to our parents. We talk about so many things on season 1, but on season 2, I want to focus specifically on things that we're doing today wrong. And to be honest with you, the first thing that I want to talk about is the debt that Slowteps create. I know a lot of people, I know it's funny, we all, trust me, have had a lot of fun talking about, the Slowteps and like laughing about them because it's funny. Let's have fun with it. And like I said, thank you to all the people that are wishing me happy birthday. I see that Terrell says happy birthday and happy Indigenous People Day. Yeah, definitely. That's another thing. I see Brotep to wish me a happy birthday and happy Indigenous Day. Damn, I had to share my day with Indigenous people. No, I'm joking. No, but seriously, welcome, guys. It's a pleasure to be here. And to be honest with you, I'm glad that I'm back. And now, without any further ado, let's get this show started.
Take it to the next level.
So, many things while I was away, many things happened in Latin America, here in our diaspora. I tried to actually cover most of the things, but a lot of you guys know I spent my vacation in Puerto Rico. So I'm going to concentrate on a lot of things that I noticed while I was there and stuff that I posted on the internet. Like I've stated before many times, if you have not followed me on Instagram, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're waiting for. But follow me on Instagram and trust me, we're going to have a lot of fun. One thing I want to say, guys, before we start with the news, I know there's other things that I'm not going to be able to cover. But I want to touch on something that even though I did not cover on my page because I think that day I didn't have a good reception where I was, but many of you guys saw what happened with Haitians at the border. Okay, if you did not saw those images, look them up. I'm not gonna continue to post them here for various reasons. And I'm gonna insert my opinion on it. It's funny to me that a lot of people often talk about, how the previous administrations had Latino people, and it's majority because there's other people also being held in cages, but how we were held in cages, like how slavery is not a thing. We have heard so many different things from different people. And in reality, it makes you think, why do we have supposedly the messiah of all this stuff that was happening and that was inflated in 2020? Why do we have the messiah of the people, aka the actual president, having this situation to begin with? And I get it that he's going to, like, we're going to intervene, we're going to do this, we're going to do that with what's happening at the border and whatnot. But I'm like, how do we got to that point, and how competent our current president really is? I want you guys to question yourselves. And thank you, Smoothie, for the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. Like I said, I want you guys to question yourselves. Do we really have a president in office? Do we really have somebody that was going to bring change to all the people that bully people like myself that did not believe that Joe Biden was going to change anything in America or anywhere else? Is this the change that you guys voted for? That's something that you don't have to answer here. Like, if you don't feel like answering, you're entitled to do so. But is this the change that you guys voted for? So like I said, I'm like, this is not what most of the people that got tricked into voted for. I think this is something that, to be honest with you, it was heartbreaking to watch those images to me. You guys know my family has some Haitian heritage. My great grandma came from Haiti to Puerto Rico. And to be honest with you, I was a medical cadet in 2008 in Haiti, and I've seen their situation up close. And to be honest with you, I even shared these thoughts with Melanated Night at home, and I was like, when are we going to start treating Americans the same way they treat us? When are we going to do the same thing? When are we going to exercise the same? Because I get it. A lot of people are like, no, like, you cannot allow random people to, like, come to the country and do this and do that. And I understand that. But when are we going to serve Americans the same plate? When are we going to do the same things in our countries? That's something I want to live with you guys while we transition into the next news. And I'm going to go over some stuff that I posted on my Instagram that I want to share with you guys. There's different things, but I'm going to pick certain aspects of stuff that has been happening in Puerto Rico. Before we go there, do you guys remember when I announced I was talking about animation and automation? I've been on vacation too long. Do you guys remember when I was talking about automation, and I was talking about how automation was not as far as people thought? And do you guys remember all the backlash that I got from people saying, no, we don't have to transition. We don't have to get into nothing. We don't have to learn anything. We don't have to get into automation or whatnot, and blah, 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 blah. Like the usual just disagreements that I guess for the sake of disagreement, because that's what usually people come to my channel to do. But Amazon recently released a statement saying that they unveiled a 1500 robot that can hear, see, follow you around, check if you left the stove open, on, and alert you if someone doesn't recognize the enters of the house. So now you have this cute little unit that's going to be sold on Amazon for 1500 that can basically keep you safe for the most part, and also will follow you around so you will never be alone. And can, take care of safety hazards. I see that Rakim is here. Hi, Rakim. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. Guys, before we continue, please, can people don't forget to hit that like button. I'm gonna continue, but please hit the like button, hit that catch up, whatever you want to do. Just keep the engagement up, okay? Now, I'm starting to see, that a lot of people thought I was joking or I was making stuff up. But now, if you think about it, a lot of things are getting replaced with robots. Not only that, like I mentioned before on the end of retail, when I was talking about this, we were also showing that Tesla is coming right behind Jeff Bezos on this new inventions, and his robot is going to be capable of doing even more things. So, guys, of course, I will be shopping for this little thing. It's funny as hell. And I do forget a lot of things. I do suffer from ADHD since I was a little kid. So I forget stuff. And it would be nice to have a robot double check for me. Would you guys get the robot? I don't know. Let me know. But it seems very curious to me. It's very funny. Now, moving into other things, I'm going to talk about this thing because I have received a lot of people, some people messaging me regarding this situation, the infamous AOC Address. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? The Tax the Rich Met Gala dress that AOC wore to this year's Met Gala. And like I said, even on my Instagram when it happened, I said, I need somebody to help me understand. AOC attended the Met Gala with a Tax the Rich dress, but the event cost $30,000 per plate and $200,000 per table. Now, I got some people that responded to me and they were like, oh, well, I'm sorry, her dress was donated. Somebody gave her that dress. She did not have to pay $30,000, blah, 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 blah. And to be honest with you, later, literally on that same comment section, I explained to one of the persons that approached me with this, basically implying that I was, hi, Blood Moon. She says, AOC looks so cool. Yeah, she looks cool. But I don't know, Blood Moon. I don't think she's cool though. But she looks cool. I'll give you that one. To be honest with you, a lot of people were like, well, the dress was donated. She was invited and whatnot. And I want people to understand something. The Met Gala is not like New York Fashion Week. Hey, Salamander, sundown. The Met Gala is not going to Usher concert. It's not the equivalent to going to a Dodgers game. It's not like going to visit the governor's mansion or nothing like that. The Met Gala is a very exclusive VIP event, and it's the world is invited. This is not just a U.S. thing. This is the world gets invited. It's by invitation only, and if people don't understand what I'm talking about, how connected you have to be, one of the most influential people in the fashion industry is Kim Kardashian. And regardless if you like her or not, I get it. Her body's plastic, she's botched and whatnot. I get it. But to be honest with you, one of the most influential personalities in fashion is Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian had to wait for Kanye West until he invited her so that she could get her own invite. Was it not? I don't know if you guys remember that, like when she went with that lambing dress. Thank you, Adore Me. It's my birthday, so you know I took a shower today. So basically, you know, you have to be well connected to actually be invited to this. On top of that, thing I want to highlight: if you make $10,000 a month, are you considered poor? I want people to put one in the chat if you think that $10,000 a month makes you poor. And put a number 2 if you think that $10,000 a month makes you rich. Number 1 for poor, number 2 for rich. $10,000 a month, we're talking about $120,000 per year. Do you think that that is poor or is rich? Number 1 for poor, number 2 for rich. So Terrell thinks that she's poor. Morena thinks that she's rich. Thank you, Adore Me. Thank you very much. Blood Moon says rich. Okay. Well, AOC makes $15,000 a year. I mean, a month. Now, my thing is, let's just say, you know, let's be the, look, she says, Christina says, 1.5 LOL, pretty wealthy, but not super rich. No, she's not super rich, but she's still rich. Considering that only 15% of Americans make that amount of money. Only 15. Thank you, bro, Deb. So if you have, you know, all that wealth per year, like, isn't it hypocritical that you attend an event where you're brushing shoulders with the elite while wearing a tax-rich dress that somebody made? And like I stated, even if you want to listen to what I said before with Brotep, go to his stream on 007. We had a very funny conversation about this over there, okay? But I'm going to bring it up here. If you think, a lot of people thought, well, you know, she's probably trying to get herself taxed. I don't think so. Because instead of, she's protesting something that she's too familiar with and that she endorses. For all the people that thought that she was being a white savior or a Puerto Rican savior, because let's not forget her ethnicity is Puerto Rican. She said, this news came out like, I think, 4 days after that. It says, designer clothing brand that devised AOC's tax-rich Met Gala dress doesn't even pay its own taxes. Records show Aurora James' firm failed to pay state and federal taxes totaling $130,000. And that is per 1 year. Thank you, Ramon. Thank you very much. It's been a while. So do you guys think, imagine that conversation between Alexandria and Aurora. Yo, I'm going to wear this dress, but you promised me tomorrow to pay your taxes. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh my God. So guys, you know, it's insane. I see that Blood Moon said she means tax people who make over 500K a year. I agree that the more money you make, I'm gonna explain this. I don't think it's fair. I'm gonna stop this real quick. I don't think it's fair that people that make $75,000 a year or $80,000 a year, which we all know it's not even riches, is not necessarily a lot of money. Give me 1 second, guys. It's not even a lot of money. Sorry for the lighting issues. You know, I have a lot of stuff going on here. I agree that, you know, that type of people and the people that actually make millions of dollars. Hi, Monchaser. I agree. We should all get taxed evenly. We should all get the same 25% of taxation with no write-offs and whatnot. I understand that. Now, I want you guys to understand something as well. If to be honest with you, if we tax people that are rich more money because they learn the system on how to make more money, who do you think is going to get impacted? I want people to answer me that, because to be honest with you, if we go to Jeff Bezos right now and we tell him, hey, per year, we're going to take out of the $500 million that you're going to make this year, we're going to take $250 million for the people. What do you think is going to happen? Where do you think that money is going to come out of? You know, it sounds very beautiful when we say these things, because thinking about it, it makes sense. But in reality, when we overtax the rich, what tends to happen is what's happening right now with the state of California and what's happening with the state of Texas. We have a state that actually is putting like this crazy laws on businesses and whatnot. Like if you have more than 5 employees or more starting January 1st, 2021, now you have to, unfortunately, pay certain things that usually companies that had over 500 employees, or I think over 50 employees, have to pay. So what happens is, hi, Radical. No, it's my birthday. I'm here with my wine. Eventually, we'll have some. If you guys are not pouring something, do it for me. If you have beer, wine, whatever, we'll have a toast like in a minute. But in all honesty, this whole tax the rich situation, if we do that to the rich people, I'm going to tell you something. Here in California, I'm seeing it myself. Elon Musk pulled out of California right now. He's moving to Texas. There's a lot of jobs that have been lost. SpaceX is about to leave too. Toyota left Torrance a few years ago. There's a lot of companies that are leaving for Texas. So to be honest with you guys, we have to analyze sometimes the things that we, you know, I went to Puerto Rico, adore me. I just came from Puerto Rico on October 4th. So October 3rd, I'm sorry. I was there for a while. So so back to the topic, guys. What we have to concentrate instead of taxing the rich, in all honesty, is minimizing welfare. You know, that is where the money has to come out of. I am so sorry for all the ghetto mamas, all the yales, like we call them in Puerto Rico, that thought, you know, I can make a career out of just living off of the taxpayers' money. I am so sorry. It's a wrap. We can no longer afford you. You had too many kids. You decided not to be professional. You decided to not have a career. And we can afford you. You know? Look at Radical. Oh, Lord. Let's not even start with that one. But guys, in all honesty, That's the people that we have to, in my opinion, you don't have to share it, but in my opinion, we have to minimize the burden that we have carried financially to take care of people that is not our family. Like, I get it. You know, a lot of people are on welfare nowadays. They don't want to be productive. They don't want to do anything. They want us to take care of them. That's not how we take care of people. If you are part of that situation, we need to go back to the sense of duty. And I'm not gonna expand on that a lot. I talk about that on the podcast that I did with my therapist, Tim Delgado. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, you will find his Instagram. Go to his Instagram and watch the live that I did with him this Friday. And we talk about also about this type of stuff. But guys, in all honesty, like I said before, this whole tax the rich nonsense has to stop. AOC knows that. She wore that dress when in reality, AOC has access to places that you, me, and the rich don't have access to. She's a freaking representative. Don't you think that if that was her sentiment to actually change something, she would have agreed with Jimmy Dore with the force the vote situation? Because in my opinion, when she was called for action to actually do something and force the vote and make the actual house listen to them, what she did, she decided to just troll and attack Jimmy Dore for telling her, hey, how can you be so progressive, but at the same time you're not putting Medicare for all, you're not putting livable wages in a bill that will help the people. And like I said, AOC is my people, but as a Puerto Rican myself, I have to admit, is she effective? Is this nonsense actually effective? Does it work for the people? It doesn't. It's not a reality, and it's never going to happen. If you think that America will tax the rich and we will be swimming in riches and a lot of things are going to get fixed, I'm going to tell you something. It's not going to happen. You're not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. Your kids won't see it, and their kids either. It's not going to happen. So, like I said, we have to wake up to a reality that these people are just trying to get reelected and recognize what's propaganda and what's actually reality. Now, I'm going to move to another news that, actually, and this is the last news I'm going to share. So, aside from the AOC situation, while I was in Puerto Rico, there was a situation with the power authority. I don't know. I mean, I didn't experience any outages, in all honesty. Moonchaser, you mean the tax situation? How do we fix that? Like I said, we have to shrink welfare. You know, put a cap. Look, for example, we have to restructure welfare to this point. If you are receiving food stamps, you have to work 3 days a week for 4 hours each day in the community, cleaning curbs, picking up trash, and doing whatever job needs in your community. So that way we cut the costs of public services. If you're receiving any other type of money, then you have to work full time for the county that you're receiving those things. So, for example, let's say that your whole life is financed by the taxpayers' money, right? Well, we're going to give you 1 year of welfare. And in that year, we will definitely put you to work either in a county office or checking park meters, or you're going to work in a public school helping teachers and cafeteria employees, or we will send you to plant crops for the community so that people can eat healthier. And you have a whole year to get your shit together while we pay for your lifestyle. After that year, we're not going to have to take care of you. And you start minimizing welfare. And then you cannot reapply for welfare again in 3 years. So, like I said, it's, yeah, but 30 hours, that's in New York only. And at the same time, they're underemployed. They're supposed to work 40 hours plus. So, look at Robert. Denise is secretly funded by the Illuminati. Brotep says, I think she means Gates, Bezos, Zuckerberg. She probably means we should tax them. Yeah, like I said, I don't have a problem with that. But just say goodbye to the working force, to a lot of people and a lot of employees that are going to not have a job. Now, Ramon is like, run for office, chica. Well, trust me, I have thought about it, but I curse a lot. So, you know. Now, one thing I'm going to touch on before we move forward, because we have a lot to unpack, and I get it, I'm back, and I'm excited to be here with you, is the whole craziness with the freaking Luma energy in Puerto Rico. These people actually made Puerto Ricans believe, while I was there, that the outages, and trust me, these outages are real. You'll be driving down the street in the middle of the night, you don't see shit. Okay, you don't see anything. So these outages, at first, they blame it on the sargasso, which is buckerweed that are arriving in Puerto Rico in large numbers. And, you know, they're being left in the sea. Nobody's picking them up. And you guys know that it tends to smell and whatnot after a few days when it starts decomposing and whatnot. So, radical stuff. You bastard. So the Luma Energy, you guys know I have covered the Luma Energy subject a lot. But they have blamed these outages that are happening even twice a day for some people. You know, first they blame it on rodents, then they blame it on, I think it was the hurricane season, and then eventually, look at Carlos. Now, you guys want to have a crazier clown than Donald Trump? Vote for me. I'm crazier than him, so no. No, but seriously, now they blame it on the sargasso. And to be honest with you, I've shared a sentiment. I saw a lot of people, you know, are losing their electronic devices, their washing machines, their fridges. A lot of people that are on, you know, life support or have machines attached to them in their homes and whatnot have to, you know, be in this situation with Luma Energy. However, something I want to say is that I saw a lot of people, when people like myself and Puerto Ricans like myself united to protest the imposition of Luma Energy, which is a company that has zero clients outside of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. A lot of people said, oh, you know what? These people are crazy. You guys are, oh, los venezolanos pelús, the hairy Venezuelans are protesting Luma Energy. I'm so tired of the power authority we have had. And instead of thinking with the head, what they decided to do was just let Luma in because I don't want the power authority to be here. Instead of looking into why the power authority was not working, which is the fact that we had two parties that have been corrupted to its finest for over 35 years in our island, stealing all the money that was supposed to be used to keep up the infrastructure. And then as if that wasn't enough, we got a Category 5 typhoon, because that was not a hurricane anymore. And when it hit Puerto Rico, the little bit of power grid that we have today, it's thanks to Mexicans that came to Puerto Rico and took pity on us and actually repaired the system to the best of their ability, because they also had no materials. And as if that wasn't enough, we had a FEMA agent, and then we had the Cobra Company embezzling $2 billion. But we're not going to talk about that. People rather just shame the AEE, our power authority, as if it's their fault. Of course, Luma is not going to help. Luma Energy was registered as a company 30 days before they got a contract with the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. So, of course, what experience do they have? If you don't smell bullshit in that, I don't know what bullshit seems to you. But in all honesty, I'm upset for the people that actually have common sense when it comes to this type of situation. But for all of those Slowteps that believe that because something has an English name on it is the best thing for Puerto Rico, I am happy that you're going through this situation. And I know it sounds cruel and cold and whatnot, but I'm happy you're going through it. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I got my mom a generator, because I knew this was going to happen. Like I said, just another day on the finest island in the Caribbean. Just another day. So guys, like I said before, I don't know what's going to happen in the future with Luma. I will keep you guys posted on this. I know that there's a lot of people. Hi, JS. How are you? Moonchaser says, doesn't Puerto Rico get all their energy through generators? No. Generators became a subculture, Moonchaser, after Maria. But in the 90s, Puerto Rico used to have the best power grid of the Caribbean. But because we have so much corruption, let's just call it that, the money was embezzled and stolen. Nothing has happened. And, eventually this was coming, Oh my God, look at Radical. He's like, finest island? Oh, she wants an island war. Listen, Dominicans, cold dips on hookahs and white tie pants. Nah, the DR is just as great. And I believe the DR has the same issues we have. We're amazing people with beautiful land, but our government officials are trash. And that's just a reality. And that's why we are in the position that we are. But guys, Thursday, I will bring the rest of the news because I know, like I said, there's a lot to cover that has happened. And I don't want to miss anything, and I want to expand on certain things because you guys know I talk a lot. So definitely, like I said, it's food for thought. I'm going to start looking more into this whole Luma thing. And there's something I also share on my Instagram. So go check it out. When they try to hide the fact that they don't have enough money to buy oil to produce energy for the people of Puerto Rico, which is why they keep increasing the bill. Right now, a lot of Puerto Ricans are paying up to 33% more in their light bill than they did with the power authority that we had before. And they still wanted to increase 16% of the cost on top of that 33%. And it was denied thanks to the oversight board that for the first time has done its job. But yeah, guys, like I said, that's one of the, those were the news that impacted me the most while I was away. Like I said, between the Haitian situation that, like I said, I'm not going to continue like other people that, I understand it's outrageous and a lot of people are just calling for all kinds of stuff. What I'm calling for is pride. Let's have pride. Let's do the same thing. Probably that will solve the problem, because when we treat others the way they treat us, probably they will understand where we're coming from. How about that? Now, guys, let's keep it moving because, like I said, there's a lot of things going on, and I want to get to the main topic. But those has been the news for today. I will bring more news that impacted me while I was there on Thursday at 6 p.m. So stay tuned for more news on Thursday. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm 100% sure you guys know what I'm going to start with. To be honest with you, there's so many things to cover on this topic on Latin explaining sports, but I'm going to start with what just happened this Saturday. Many of you guys that have followed me through my whole social media and whatnot, you guys know I'm a huge, huge boxing and MMA fan. And this Saturday, if you did not watch the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder the third, we are not friends. We are not friends at all. Okay. If you this fight, let me just start with something. I'm not a Tyson Fury fan. I am a Deontay Wilder fan. Always been, always will, even if he lost, even if he's second best. But I'm gonna tell you something. For the most part, people walk into this fight not necessarily loving Tyson Fury because he is mostly European. To me, he's just British and Irish, but he doesn't have like huge ties to them. However, most of us change our minds after this fight. Okay. And I'm going to say why. First of all, congratulations to Tyson Fury. That was an amazing fight. But I'm going to say something. Tyson Fury, contrary to a lot of people's opinions, like if you don't watch boxing, you will think like he is this crazy boxer that has amazing technique. No. Tyson Fury just proved to the world that weight, when you're in the heavyweights, your weight is a new technique in the science of boxing because it can help you tire out more skilled boxers like Deontay Wilder. It's just as simple as that. Because to be honest with you, Deontay Wilder was not necessarily super tired or nothing like that until he started resting on him. This dude is huge, and on top of that, heavy. So of course, at some point during the fight, he's going to get tired. Now, one thing I'm going to say, I absolutely love this fight because it brought me back to when my parents and my grandparents had this whole Fraser and Ali type of situation. And like I said on Instagram, now we have our own Ali and Fraser fight to brag about to our parents and our grandparents. Okay? To be honest with you guys, it's hilarious to me that it came in this form. But that fight was war. Because you had a super exhausted Deontay Wilder, a tired and knocked down twice Tyson Fury, and these dudes did not want it to give up. And it was pure heart. I loved it. I freaking loved it. I believe Tyson Fury deserves the title, and like I said before, he is the second best. Deontay Wilder. He was absolutely right on what he said. He is great, but he is second best. And Tyson Fury just proved it. I don't think after this we need to see this fight a fourth time. Like if we see a fourth time of this, it will be a joke. I think Deontay Wilder should take his L and fight somebody else. Moonchaser says, use what you got to win by all means. Of course. That's why I commend him. That was an amazing performance of sportsmanship. I loved it. If you guys did not watch this fight, it's time for you to, once Latin explaining ends, go watch the fight. It was an amazing fight. I absolutely love it. And speaking of fights, guys, there's another fight that took place that a lot of you guys, I know you guys did not watch, and that was AJ, Anthony Joshua, and Alexander Usyk. You guys know every Saturday I do watch combat sports. And if you guys did not watch Alexander Usyk fighting Anthony Joshua, you missed out. You missed out. This is another dude, to be honest with you, after what I saw Saturday and what I saw Alexander Usyk do to Anthony Joshua, I would love to see Tyson Fury and Usyk. If you guys are waiting to see that, put a number 1 on the chat. Like, I'm absolutely thrilled to see this two fight. Because I know a lot of people felt cheated, me too, to not see Tyson Fury versus AJ or see AJ with Deontay Wilder. I know we definitely feel cheated, but at the same time, it's time to give, open the way for new blood, something more refreshing. And to be honest with you, Usyk said that even though he brought war to AJ during that fight, he still considers that wasn't his best. So imagine when he fights Fury, if he fights Fury, I'm just speculating because, of course, I'm a boxing fan, but if he fights Fury, imagine if he was not at its best, imagine what he can do to Fury. I don't know. I should start betting. I should start. Who do you guys think, if you know about what I'm talking about, who do you guys think will win, Usyk or Fury? That's something worth talking about, right? It's something that's so crazy, And also, before I leave this sports era, I want to say I'm completely saddened because Moonchaser says Fury all day. Me too. I believe Fury is one of the best boxers, heavyweight boxers in our modern era. We're going to see great things from him, and we're seeing them already. He gave us, that's a classic. It's going to go in history as one of the best. If you did not watch it Saturday, if you guys did not watch it, it's time to watch it. Let's be friends again. Go watch the fight. Now, another person that I want to say was Ortega. Ortega had a fight for the belt 2 weeks ago. That same night when AJ was fighting, Ortega was fighting Volk. And to be honest with you, Ortega and Volk were both on some, like I posted on my Instagram, some T-virus shit, because there's no way Ortega choked this dude twice in the fight. We saw his face go completely freaking blue 2 times. We saw Ortega with a broken face, and they still finished the fight. They still finished the freaking fight. Can you guys believe that? Like I said, the sports aspect, the combat sports right now, I'm sorry, it's getting literally to another level. I don't know if it's due to what some people are speculating, which is, speculating regarding TMT and whatnot, which I refuse to believe, but it's happening to a degree. But in all honesty, combat sports, it's really, is really entertaining right now. Like a lot of people are coming up with a lot of cool shit. Like I love it. Now I see that Moonchaser says, "What do you think about Kyrie Irving not taking the COVID?" Oh my God, I saw what he said. I'm gonna say what I'm going to say. I don't believe in this whole vaccinated versus unvaccinated war. I believe all of us, should respect our choices. Woo, that light's too bright. No. We should respect our choices as individuals. And I think mandates are not humane. I think, we should, like I've said before, if I should be entitled to jump off a bridge if I want to. Like if people want to die of C-19, then they should be allowed to do so. And that's what your government right now is telling you. You're not allowed to do so. Oh my God. But anyway, guys, that has been all for sports today. Let's keep this show moving so that we can get to the main topic. And as a surprise, well, not a surprise to a lot of people, but in case you don't know, the next Super Bowl halftime show is going to be an explosion of music. If you enjoy music as much as I do, just know that the next Super Bowl halftime show will be hosted by not only one, but 5 different performers. And the list is Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Kendrick freaking Lamar. How exciting is that? Like, do you guys, I don't know if you guys are excited, if you guys think this is lame. To be honest with you, since I think after Jennifer Lopez, J Balvin, Shakira, and Bad Bunny, like right now, the whole halftime show has to get on like a different level, and it's bringing like all the big guns, because regardless of how you feel regarding Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg's marital issues, Eminem's drug issues and whatnot, I'm gonna tell you something. Even if it's for Kendrick Lamar, which is, I believe, to be honest with you, Kendrick Lamar is one of the best rappers we have right now, if not the best. Even if it's for Kendrick Lamar, you guys should watch. I think I'm gonna watch regardless. I'm a music enthusiast and a sound engineer, so of course I am going to watch. So definitely, guys, let's keep an eye out for that one. But the main news that I want to bring you guys regarding music comes from Latin America, man. The urban movement. The urban movement. I think it was like a week and a half ago, J Balvin posted on his Twitter, the Grammys don't value us, but they need us. Is my opinion, and nothing against the other genres that deserve the respect. But the trick is already getting boring. We give them rating, but they don't give us respect. And he says, P.S. I am nominated so that nobody can come and say that I'm butthurt. Jose. So basically, some people in the urban music subculture felt like as if J Balvin was crying, as if he was doing some type of stuff. And J Balvin said later on, the ones that have power in the urban music genre, nobody should attend. And I meant everybody, because all of us are a movement. And that ruffled the feathers of Residente in the wrong way. And Residente responded to what he said, J Balvin, the ones that respect and admire the master Ruben Blades, or Ruben Blades, as many people know him, we're going to be celebrating his life in the Grammys. And as if that wasn't enough, Don Omar, and don't get me wrong, I love Don Omar. I'm a huge Don Omar fan, but at the end of the day, Don Omar is not necessarily relevant today. He hasn't put out music in 10 years. He said, so the least one that actually is relevant is the leader of the revolution. There's no worse shadow than ignorance. To what J Balvin responded, I respect your opinion. So after that, J Balvin did not say anything else, and Residente just put out this video that he later on deleted. I'm gonna try to share it with you guys.
Estoy perdido, José. Para entender por qué estoy perdido, José. Si los Grammy no nos valoran, entonces, ¿por qué yo tengo 31 Grammy? Yo no soy urbano, yo no rapeo. ¿De qué género estamos hablando? Porque por lo que vi ayer nominaron a muchos colegas que le metieron cabrón. Zetangana, Raúl Alejandro, Acapela, Nati Peluso, Bad Bunny, Eladio Carrión, Ozuna, Karol G, Farruko, DJ Nelson, Jay Cortez, Farina, Rafa Pavón, Yotuel, Beatriz Luengo, Mike Tower. O sea, tú le vas a decir a Mike Tower que posiblemente es su primera vez nominado, que no vaya a los Grammy, porque a ti te sale de los cojones. Todo esto sin contar los demás artistas nominados, como, no sé, Camilo, Juan Luis Guerra, La Fulcade, etcétera. Para colmo, este año se lo dedican a Rubén Blades. O sea, tú le estás diciendo a la gente del género urbano que boicoteen los premios y que no vayan a celebrarle la vida artística a Rubén. Estoy perdido, José.
So basically, I think in the next one, he basically compared J Balvin, his music, to a hot dog. Later on that video, when he said that, you know, don't get me wrong, your music is good, but it's like hot dogs. You know, hot dogs are liked by everybody, but if you're a hot dog stand, you cannot be wanting Michelin stars. Because when people want to eat good food, even though everybody likes a hot dog, they go to a restaurant, and those restaurants actually win Michelin stars. So basically, he was just talking about, you know, J Balvin's music quality. And I'm going to say, to be honest with you, I'm going to say something as a sound engineer. This is my field, and I love it. And I love Residente. I love Residente. I know that a lot of people feel like, you know, he's a communist. He's friends with Maduro. He thinks a lot of, you know, he has a lot of lefty type of mindset and whatnot. But to be honest with you, I see that Carlos says, Latin Grammys are different from other Hispanic award shows that are more based on the public vote. Latin Grammys are values, real talent. I agree with Residente. No, I don't agree with Residente. I'm going to explain why. The Latin Grammys is an academy. Actually, I'm in the process of apply for that academy. Now, one thing, you have to either be a performer, a sound engineer, a mixing engineer, or be part of the industry as a musician. If you're not in the industry, you can't be part of the academy. So the academy is the one that votes for, in musicality-wise, who is the winner. And I'm going to say something. I will agree with Residente if J Balvin, the award that he won was for one song. The problem is that J Balvin did not just won for one song. When you look at, I'll do it after the show, Moon Chaser. Don't worry about it. If somebody is blocking you or something, let me know. But to be honest with you, Residente doesn't understand. I get it. He has the most Grammys as a Latino in general. His musicality is excellent. He's super talented and whatnot. But in all honesty, J Balvin's claims are not necessarily empty. We have seen the same situation happen with The Weeknd and the regular Grammys. Because the Grammys are still votes. You're still voting for who you think is the winner. Now, my thing is that J Balvin won a Grammy for Best Album, which means that out of all the albums in the urban genre music in Latin America, his album is the best. So if he won the best album over Bad Bunny because his music was better, why do we have Residente calling him a hot dog in music category? That makes no freaking sense. So, like I said, it's something that, to be honest with you, it rubbed me the wrong way, to be honest with you. But it was definitely hilarious to me. But if you understand music, you understand this stuff. Now, I'm not taking any credit from Resident. The Resident is an excellent freaking musician and an excellent freaking artist. That's why he has the most Grammys under his belt. But he has to admit the truth. He just got sensitive because it was Ruben Blades. Because if it was Don Omar, he would have not said anything. He would have not said anything whatsoever. If it was El Gallito de Levitown, he was not going to say anything. He just said something because Ruben Blades is his friend. That's it. Carlos M says, there are so many talented Latinos that unfortunately aren't recognized because the urban music is now popular, even if they are trash. I don't agree with that due to the fact that you have to go to 2018 Grammys, Carlos, and not get emotional about this. I agree with 50% of what you said. There are many talented Latinos that unfortunately aren't recognized, but it's not urban music's fault. Because to be honest with you right now, how urban music is to blame for the lack of recognition of Romeo Santos. Romeo Santos is one of the most notorious, most impactful, and influential musicians and artists we have in Latin America. He has never won a Grammy, even though he has been nominated. Why? Because unfortunately, the way that Grammys work is by categories. And it wasn't until 2019 that reggaeton got its own category, because before that, they only had urban. And in urban, Despacito could come in, Luis Fonsi could come in and make an urban song, and he will win. So, in all honesty, the same thing happens to Romeo Santos. Romeo Santos has to compete with Mark Anthony. He has to compete with even the salsa song that Daddy Yankee put out. He has to compete with freaking Juan Luis Guerra. He has to compete then with every merengue artist. He has to compete with every person in the tropical sector, simply because bachata is not recognized as a Latin rhythm in the Latin Grammys. So I think, if, in all honesty, I don't mean this as a disrespect, but if you don't know the industry, just research it a little bit more, because it's not urban music's fault. It's the lack of space for Latinos. You know, that we need more categories so that we can get more representation from everybody. Like I said, Romeo Santos deserves several Grammys already, and we have not given him none, simply because there's not a bachata genre, which Dominicans fucking deserve, and they're not getting it. Which is why Romeo Santos stopped even going to the Grammys and caring about it. So, guys, that has been all for today's music news and whatnot. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. Like I said before, I know I've been out, for a long time, but I am back. Now, let's get this show going so that we can get into the main topic. Well, guys, the main topic, the debt that Slowteps create. Like I said at the beginning of this stream is not to disrespect nobody or drag someone's moral, but it's a reality that we have to talk about. You guys know, like I said before, this show was, I started this show so that, people like myself that have gone through a lot of classic mistakes that our community makes every time and every day, we can avoid it. And we have talked from mistakes that we do as regular people, mistakes that we do on our business path, mistakes that we even do on a day-to-day basis. So you guys know that during this whole journey that I've had with YouTube, a lot of groups of people have come out of the woodwork to simply just say a lot of things and oppose my views and oppose the advice that I give you guys when it comes to business and finances for the sake of disagreeing. And I understand, like I've said before, with many people that have stated during my shows that, why there's no more people joining this stream because it's more educational. Well, I know I'm only speaking to 10-20% of our community, and the rest is just going to be the servitude. And that is a reality. Now, one thing I have seen more often that saddens me is that a lot of other fellow Latinos are following certain rhetorics when it comes to where are we supposed to go from here, that are not necessarily the ones that will ensure us a future and productivity. I recently did a podcast with Tim Delgado, the behavioral therapist that I brought onto this platform on season 1 of Latinsplaining. If you have not watched the Lie Latinos Have Believed, the series, then you can watch it. The last part is with him. And we were talking. Jose says, it makes too much sense. Yeah. So, guys, one thing I want to touch on before I let people in is I wish this people understand that disagreeing with me is always welcome. Because if you disagree with me and you bring a fact that I didn't knew, then I learned something new, and I welcome that. One thing that it's completely irritating and it's almost irrational is the fact that you have large numbers of people, especially certain males, that don't know how America works, don't know how finances work, don't know how businesses work. And literally, you can tell by the amount of content that they consume and produce that they have no life, that they have no goals, that they have nowhere to go. And we have a lot of people and a lot of our youth following this kind of people, thinking that that's the way it is. And the problem that I have with Slowteps in general is I still wish them well. I still want them to make something out of their lives. I still see their potential. Of course, potential, like I've said many times, potential without a plan is chaos, because energy without focus is chaos. But it's time that we call them out. It's time that we call them out, because the way I see it is we have the baby boomers, Generation X of Latinos producing and working their asses off to give us the life that we have today. And it's my generation of Latinos that I see the most being lazy, the most living off of welfare, the most not being productive, the most that think that because they ate one meal a day or 2 meals a day and they live in their mama's garage, that is a life. That they think that, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's cool. I can stay here. I can stay at this level because I'm surviving. And the problem is that there's levels to economy, and people don't understand that. I've shared many times, I came to this country with $500 in my pocket. I didn't have no friends and no family, and I had only 2 weeks at a hotel pre-booked for me. That was it. And I still have a long way to go. I'm not perfect, and I'm not a millionaire, but I want to get there. And a lot of people are like, oh, money is your God, and you're prioritizing money. How dare you? And let me tell you something. The world runs on money. And no matter how these people talk about me, and trust me, like I said, I don't like the fact that as a woman, I have to come on the streams to call out males in my community because I realize that's not my place. Now, the problem is I don't see in large numbers, I'm not saying there are none out there are some out there, but I don't see in large numbers other fellow Latino males calling out these millennial Latino males for their laziness, for their lack of productivity, for the fact that we're not taking our collectivity into the future, to the fact that we're not doing what is needed to ensure that our kids and their kids have a safe haven. And we think because our numbers increased by 9% or 11% in the last census, that we're thriving. We're not. Just because now T-Mobile says uno or hola or taco, that doesn't mean that we're thriving. Just because you heard Don Omar in the radio or because you heard Bad Bunny playing at a Dodgers game, that doesn't mean that we're thriving. That means that people know that there's a large demographic that they can appeal to make money out of us. And I wonder, a lot of people want me to shut up about these things, but when are we going to bring shame back into this community? To what point are we gonna have to let our community get destroyed or degenerate from where our parents and our grandparents had it? Because it seems to me like the Slowteps don't realize the image that you enjoy today, that people consider Latinos hardworking, that people consider Latinos to have amazing work ethics, is the image that your grandpa and your father grew for you. If you're 35 years and younger, you have literally not worked for shit yet. You're enjoying the credit of literally men and women in the Latino community that are 36 years and older have worked for. You have not worked for anything. If you're 35 and younger, you have not yet worked for anything. So where we draw the line between fuckery, where do we draw the line between loser, trash, and actual people of substance? Because no matter what, how many times I keep running the numbers, if you don't believe me, go to my trailer for season 1 and you will see the representation that we have in business. My first stream had all those graphics, where 22% of the American population and only 3% in corporate America, only 6% in business. 86% of our businesses fail within the first 7 years because we don't know how to manage a business. And we're still talking about fuckery. We're still focusing. And I guess a lot of people will come at me, oh, you know, she's talking about this because she's with an African American and whatnot. But we keep talking about African Americans. And let me tell you something. Whatever they're going through, it's their job to fix it. That's not our job to call it out. But in reality, when you talk about African American issues, how does that help us move forward? You're comparing yourself to African Americans from your mom's garage, from your rental, or on welfare, spending your stimulus check on stupid, TVs and stuff like that. While the little few of Latinos, millennial Latinos out there are having it harder because you don't want to go to work and help them out. Because I believe there are some like that too. I've seen them. I have friends that I've seen them work with my own eyes, overworked because there's a shortage of Latino millennial men and women that don't want to help out. Carlos says, Enójate, Denise, a ver si así entendemos y nos ponemos las pilas. Yes. So like I said, the problem is, like I said, you have a very small sector that still preserve those values. But the majority think that, oh, somewhere someone is going to come save us. The more we come here, we're going to be good. No, we're not. No, we're not. I see the Blood Moon says, not everyone is interested in business. Some people like to enter fields that have them working for others. Absolutely. And that is okay. But what it cannot be corporate. That's what I'm saying. What it cannot be corporate. What it has to be bodegas, gardening, painting. Why? Because somewhere, someone is going to enter it. Not me, but somewhere, someone will do it. And then we complain and we talk about how inequalities and how, we're coming up and how we're doing this and how we're doing that. We have heard from other YouTubers the phrase winter is coming. Winter is coming also for us. It is coming. It's just a matter of time. I give us, like I said before, 8 years. 8 years. And we're going to see a depression like we've never seen before. Because what Slowteps don't understand, that they can come and call me, oh, you're a bitch, you're fat, you're a bitch, and you're fat, and you're a fat bitch, and you're blah, 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 and have you all fun. Go ahead, do 3 more videos calling me a fat bitch. It doesn't change the fact that you guys don't seem to understand that getting into business and making money for our collectivity today, helping your fellow Latino men that are your age out there working their asses off by themselves, is not a requirement anymore. It's not an option, I'm sorry. It's a requirement. It's not an option anymore. It's a requirement. When are we going to understand that? When Slowteps are going to understand that? I see that Wanako Sayayin says, Denise, what do you think of trades? I'm going to do a plumbing trade. I know a lot of people in electrical trade and HVAC. Go for it. That's what I'm talking about. Go for it. It's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be green pastures. I can guarantee you that you're going to have hard times when you're going to doubt yourself, but go for it. And one thing I want to say, and like I said, I'm so sorry that as a woman, I have to come here and talk to you guys about this, but failure is part of the process. Failure is part of the process. You got to fail. You got to fail. Go out there and fail. Don't be scared. You're going to fail. How many times we've seen Donald Trump file bankruptcy? 4 times. Still made it to the presidency. What are you scared about? What are Slowteps scared about? I see the Blood Moon says, corporate requires for them to know English and many times a college degree. Many immigrants start businesses in what they already had experiences. Nope. Corporate America does not require a degree. Corporate America requires hard work. Go into entry level. And if it requires college for certain positions, because of course, as you move up the ladder, you have to go to school. That's what they are out there. You're a minority. There's a lot of grants. Jose says, The Slowteps do not understand that you are one of the few people who are trying to empower our community. Of course, and absolutely. It's like I said many times before. We have the work ethics, we have the charisma, we have the drive, and we're willing to take any job out there. There's no excuse as to why we are not thriving. Slowteps want to tell you that you have to get comfortable in surviving, which is having enough money to pay your bills, to pay food, utilities, your vehicle, insurance, medical insurance, and then a little bit to go and have a drink every Friday. That is not survive. That's just surviving. That's not thriving. We have to go from surviving to thriving. We have gotten too comfortable surviving, and we have made a lifestyle surviving. And that's what I'm talking about. Our parents came here. Well, not mine. I came here. And when I came here, I had to build a life for myself. Your parents, if you're first generation, second generation, or third generation, your parents had to come here to build a life. They survived. You're supposed to thrive. You're supposed to thrive. You're supposed to thrive. And it's like I said before, working hard at this point, getting into business and making large amounts of money to take care of your family and your community is no longer an option. It's a requirement. And we should start speaking to people like it is. I have a bunch of people here that listen to me that are between the ages of 35 to 50, 35 to 60, and they have their jobs, their homes, their pensions, and their shit together. What do you have as a millennial? That's what I'm talking about. Our parents came here to survive. We're supposed to thrive. So every time that you guys see Slowteps that keep coming at me and attacking and saying all kinds of stuff, sending nasty messages and all that stuff, ask them for a job. Just remember what I said. You have all this energy to talk to me and tell me different things and insult me. But in reality, what you should be doing is represent your community. And a lot of them, I find it really funny because a lot of them come at me and say all kinds of stuff regarding my relationship. Which is none of their business who I'm with. But in my opinion, I'm gonna be very vocal about this, and after this, I'm gonna let people in. You're talking about my relationship with somebody from a different community. But let's talk about your relationship. What relationship and what family can you provide for being a Latino millennial, male and woman, in the position we are today? It is what it is. We're talking about a lot of things, but are we looking at ourselves? And they come at me and say another funny thing. Oh, like, can you be pro-Latino and still marry a black person? Can you be pro-Latino and think that you don't owe anything to your collectivity? You don't think that every time you take your ass out, you're not representing me and everybody that's here that's from the Latino community. And I want, like I said, I want the Slowteps to answer that question to themselves. They don't owe me an answer either. Every time you go out, you don't think you represent the Latinos? What are you doing for your collectivity? How much money do you think your collectivity deserves? How much further do you think our collectivity should go? Or you guys are gonna continue to complain, rely on your feelings? Call women chapeadoras because they want some stuff or because they're going with older people? They're going with the older Latinos because younger Latinos right now are very few of them are producing the results that we want. I see that Moonchaser says, your relationship shouldn't be a factor in what you're trying to relate here. Is that how people think? Absolutely. That's usually what they go for. But I'm like, if you're so pro-Latino, I want to see the work. Why you think Latinos don't deserve to thrive in this nation? Because they question me. There's over 15 streams made out of my relationship. But maybe, like I always say, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just full of shit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like I said, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And, you know, I see Wanapo Sayajin said, I'm in college and this education is not as good. A lot of useless college credits they require you to take. I should have went. Well, like I said, to be honest, Wanapo Sayajin, do the changes with no fear that you believe are correct. Like I said, I believe that you guys have all the tools to succeed. We're Latinos. Come on. Make choices. Make boss choices. Make boss choices. Before I let the people in, you guys know I always go into intermission. And before I go into intermission, I want to remind everybody that's here to hit that like button. Hit that catch up if you haven't done so. It's my birthday. Wish me a happy birthday if you haven't done so. Also, I want to ask you guys, if you have not followed me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, denise.gonzalez.villegas1, so that you can keep up with me on all the news that I share, because sometimes I don't have the time, or there's too many things happening in Latin America or the Latin diaspora that I don't have the time to cover here, but I cover them on Instagram and we can talk about it. But before I leave for the intermission, I just want to send a message to this good for nothing Slowteps. If you know, you know. Just use it. And with that being said, guys, you guys know how we do it here. We're going to go for an intermission. It's 7:28 where I'm at. I know I have been here for an hour and a half. I know it's been a long time. It's longer than usual, but it's because, of course, I'm back. And aside from all the topics that we have shared, we're going to have a mini birthday toast celebration, or whatever you want to call it. I'll be back at 7:33. I believe in the East Coast is 10:33. It's going to be 10:33. So, guys, sit tight. Grab your drinks. Grab your beer, your wine, whatever. Toast with me. Wish me happy birthday. Let's have a conversation. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Guys can hear me? Well, like I said before, for those who could not hear me, the views and the statements of the guests do not necessarily represent those of the channel and or those of the panel members, as some of the comments may be offensive to select groups of people. Also, I want to remind you guys that by calling into this live show, you waive your rights to the use of your image and likeness for the purposes of the show. And without any further ado, how are you, Jose?
Well, first of all, happy birthday to you. May the Lord give you many years of health, even though you only want to live to be 75.
Oh, yes. You know how I do it here.
Yes. But, I've said this before many times. It's just that, unfortunately, the mentally and intellectually challenged, or the mix, as I refer to them, are unable to refute what you're saying with fact. So they're going to go with the personal attacks. I just want to say that I appreciate the fact that you've been supporting my channel. I tried to copy your template as far as how to do my streams and what have you. I just want to know that I appreciate you very much.
Thank you very much, Jose. I'm gonna let I don't know who Luis Rendon is, but I'm gonna let Luis Rendon in. Welcome to Latin Explaining. How are you, Luis?
I'm all right. I'm a subscriber, but I noticed you started the season 2, and it's been a minute since you've been on here. So
Yes, it's been a minute. This is season 2. What do you have on today's topic?
To be honest, I was pretty late, but what I'm gathering from the idea of a slow tep, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this supposed to be like the lazy, the more uneducated ones who sort of use the excuse of because you said something about welfare, the type of excuse of oppression that they can't go forward in life. Is that correct?
Yes. Slowteps usually are the kind of people that are satisfied or comfortable with just surviving, and they believe that as Latinos, our collectivity doesn't deserve any better than what it is today. And they're not looking forward, and also leaving behind other fellow Latinos that are working super hard to make it forward.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that encompasses a slow tap.
Okay.
So I see also that we have Terrell here. How are you, Terrell?
Hey, how are you doing?
I am good. How about you? Hey, you come down.
Yes, I'm outside walking around. How are you doing?
I
Happy
am
birthday.
great. Thank you. I turned 34 years old today. It's a
You
beautiful
don't
day
even
for
look
me.
34.
Thank you. I gained more wrinkles, but it's nice to know that I still look a little bit young.
Well,
That's a good thing.
well,
Happy
last
birthday
week.
to me.
Thank you.
Well, last week it was my birthday as well. I'm now 59.
Well, happy late birthday to you, Jose.
Thank you.
Everybody having birthdays around here.
Oh yes, all the creatives and social media content creators mostly are Libras. So we're on the creative side and whatnot. It's Libra season, and not to brag, we're the best people. We're the most kind, the most intelligent, the most beautiful. Right, Jose?
That is so true.
That's us.
That is so true. And I noticed that Blood Moon mentioning that look different. I mean, maybe the only difference is I'm wearing a cap out of them, or maybe the lighting, it's a little different. But otherwise, I'm the same.
Well, I think you do look different. I agree with Blood Moon on that one. Blood Moon says, wrinkles, ¿a dónde? Well, trust me, I see them. I see them every time. Look at this one.
Okay. But
anyway,
yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is this, and I said this before and I'll say it again, you're one of the few people that's really trying to empower our community. And as I recently confessed to you, my first encounter with you, you kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I figured, you know what? Let me hear what she has to say before I make a judgment.
Yeah, and I think that's what we lack today. A lot of people lack a lot of comprehension, and
They lack a lot of common sense.
That's what we got.
See, that's why I call my channel Uncommon Sense, because if it was common sense, it would be more used.
Of course, absolutely.
Yep. I agree.
So I see that Luis is back. I'm gonna add him to the stream. So what are you guys' thoughts on today's topic regarding what do you guys think? If any ideas, because this is a topic that I want to expand on. How can we fix that sector of our community before it starts affecting the collectivity?
Actually, what each member of the geographic they need to acknowledge that they have a problem. Unfortunately, many of the mix, um, they have a problem accepting the fact that they're not all that hot. They even have a problem accepting the fact that, you know, they lack vision and that they can achieve if they were just, think with their brains instead of thinking with their male organ and whatnot. I mean, but I do believe anyone can change. But the key is you have to admit that you have a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I want to get Luis' opinion on that. Luis, what do you think, in your opinion, that can be done to fix that part of that sector of our collectivity before it starts being detrimental to us?
So you said collectivity?
Yeah, as Latinos per se, like what can we do to stimulate that sector to become more productive?
So at least in the circles I'm surrounded by, um, that's why I like my ear keened when you said welfare because me being pretty young in this age of sort of although this word is overused, the idea of identity politics and these kids sort of already setting a limit to a standard of what they can achieve because of their history.
Mhm.
And they sort of use their identity to accommodate their standards. So we need to, I would say, at least especially for the youth, we need to unlearn that, and
Definitely.
we need to understand that whatever has happened, it's not our beginning. It's simply a process that happened. So you have these little brown kids talking about some, oh, I can't get out of this place. No, you can, but stop setting yourself to that standard. And I think that especially right now, since no other certain decade has been more politicized than the one right now, and it's the need for ideology that seems to attract a lot of young Hispanic and Latino men and women. So you see maybe for example the Cubans in Miami, who are super right wing and seem to be encircled in that. And you also see these little kids on 4chan talking out their ass about capitalism, not knowing a single thing how to work. We need to understand that ideology is simply a stepping stone. It's not the first thing we need to be on. And the whole slow type factor of stop limiting yourself because of something that happened in history and understand the path forward. That's what I would say.
Definitely, definitely, I agree with you 100%. Also, I see that Loveland says, "I think the best thing to do is focus on yourself. That's the American way, anyway. Nothing wrong with bringing awareness, but people will always do as they please." Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, Blood Moon, as well. My only thing is that we have a large sector that will be depending on us, and we can't afford to provide for this demographic, especially if they keep growing. Now I see that Kim is here. Hi, Kim.
Hey,
Hello,
Kim.
Denise. What's up? What's
Hey,
up,
hey.
Terrell?
Oh,
Happy
good.
birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Salud.
Happy
Salud.
birthday to you. Currently, I'm drinking green tea.
Oh, no, I'm having my usual Moscato. I love this type of wine. Yes, I know it's girly, but that's the wine I like.
I
Now,
understand that. My favorite wine is Pinot Grigio.
oh, you're more drier than me. I'm not. I'm on the sweet side. Okay, I'm
Denise
Libra.
may you live to be 100 years old.
Oh hell no, Jose. I don't like that.
I want
You
to
know
live
I
that long.
Oh my God, Terrell. May God have mercy on your soul. Uh, but Kim, what are your thoughts on today's topic?
Well, as regarding the slow tips, um, it's nothing to really say about these people. These people, a lot of the times, are insecure people. It's easy to talk, a lot of, macho stuff on the internet or speak with bravado on the internet. But in real life, a lot of these guys are cowards. They have no spine. And are you really going to take advice from a person on how to build a non-existent empire? These are the same people that can't even buy a home, don't know where they're going to get the money to purchase a home. But yet we're going to expect that these people to know what they're talking about when it comes to building some type of empire with the unification of the whole Latin diaspora. I highly doubt it. So a lot of these people can't be taken serious. Unfortunately, the internet is a place now where everyone has a voice, and some of these people were not meant to have voices on either side, in every group. And these unfortunately are the loudest, and these are poor representatives for every group that's on YouTube, whether it be Black Americans, whether it be the Slowteps who say that they're for Hispano America. So of course we can't forget the white supremacists in white America. So these are the type of people that they're just lashing out to overcompensate for their failures in life, and they don't really have much to offer. So therefore, they're trying to, psych themselves into believing that they're superior to other people to be able to overcompensate for their lack of confidence to actually do things in the real world. These people that have failed, and they rather just sit on YouTube and yap about other groups of people and put them down because these people are afraid to fail again, so they don't go out and try to build some type of economic standing or some type of financial stability. And on top of it, a lot of these guys, they don't work out. They're not the type of people to really be able to defend a woman, but they're sitting on here, talking down on certain women if they like this certain type of man, if they like that certain type of man. But these are the same men that'll probably throw a woman in front of them to actually get away from some guys if they was confronted in real life. So, what can we say?
If I can just chime in, see, I was raised on public assistance, okay, but I was able to go to college. I was able to get a bachelor's degree.
Do you mind me asking, Jose, are you first, second, or third generation?
Okay,
Your parents came here from the island?
Okay, my parents came from Puerto Rico, but I was born in New York.
Okay, so you're first generation. You're exactly the example I'm talking about. Your parents came here and they had no other choice but to survive. And you are thriving. Now, that's precisely my concern when it comes to the Slowteps. Because I'm like, okay, unless you're like an immigrant here from our countries, there's no excuse. There's no excuse to not thrive.
But unfortunately, what I see, and first of all, let me just make it clear, I'm not saying this for all millennials, okay? Because you have millennials who are go-getters and they are achievers. So I want to make that perfectly clear. But what I notice, it seems like they have no vision, they have no desire, and excuse me for using the Bible, but the Bible talks about my people perish for lack of knowledge. And the fact of the matter is, I was able to get a college education. I was able to find work, not in the field I study, but in work that I like. I was able to get one promotion under my belt. I able to get a home by myself, which I am not a renter. I'm an owner.
And the way you say it, you're like,
I'm just keeping it real. You know me. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. But even with that, I'm still trying to do better.
Yeah.
Okay. So So you take promotional exams. In fact, I have a promotional exam tomorrow, so I'm gonna do well, because I want to get at least one more promotion under my belt before I retire. And you're talking about all these things happening with the automation in 8 to 9 years. By then, I would have retired, so I'm okay. The thing I'm worried about is some of these millennials who are content to work at Burger King and whatnot and do not strive to do anything constructive because they're the ones are going to suffer. And another thing I'm concerned about is that Social Security is going to be around when it's your turn, when you guys turn to retire.
Yeah, it's going to be out. And I want to say something before we continue. I want to give a big shout out to Rakim and to Blood Moon for their catch ups. Thank you very much, guys. They both sent me a little something of appreciation for my birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now, one thing I would say, I think, as much as I do agree with what Blood Moon's, her statement, it's absolutely right. We need to worry about ourselves because unfortunately, if not, we're going to waste time on people that really don't want to be productive. At the same time, we have to keep an eye on certain people so that we can, push forward our donkeys. And that's going to be my main focus on season 2. It's going to be, we're not going to shy away from stating what we see. And that's something that I want people to understand. I'm not trying to shame nobody, but in reality, I think we do have to bring shame back when it comes to, what we're seeing on these people before it becomes an epidemic.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't heard from Terrell. Terrell, what do you got on today's topic? Terrell? The Slowteps.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. They ain't got me yet.
They're trying.
Well, they trying, but they ain't trying hard enough.
Go ahead.
Well, I was saying that you did a good topic on explaining the Slowteps because they don't understand that. See you later, ma'am. And the Slowteps, I think they don't understand. A lot of them don't have no education, don't look up history. And they just misguided, and they be listening to some false information and some false narratives, and they be focusing on the wrong thing, and they don't be realizing who the real enemy is. They be picking on the wrong people, but once they realize who the real enemy is, they're gonna be too late. The enemy gonna be got them because the enemy is watching them as of right now and knowing everything they doing, their every move, but that's why they call Slowteps. They too slow to realize, and they worry about other things, about race wars, relationships, and fighting over stuff that doesn't even matter, and thinking that Spain is all great and all.
You know what? I just wanted to clarify something. Terrell said they know who their real enemies are. Terrell, they just too cowardly to address those people. Those are the people that are making laws to keep a lot of Latin countries pigeon-toed with their foreign policy. Those are the people that are pretty much pillaging the lands of Latin America for resources. And at the same time, the vice president is going to some of these countries and telling people that they're pillaging the resources from that are having issues surviving not to come to the United States. They know who to address. They just too afraid to address them. See, it's easier to pick on Black American people because Black American people hold not as much political power as these other groups, but they're very careful on attacking the people that are actually, have these Latin countries in disarray, because it's not in them to actually go against a lot of these people. They're not even talking from a financial standpoint on unifying and saying, what can we do to try to build businesses where here in the States where we can, make money off of these businesses and go back to Latin America and create an extension of those businesses that we built here in the States. They're not even talking about that. These people are just trying to, pretty much go off a history of the Spanish Empire, that that's long gone, and they really do it to make themselves feel good, to make themselves feel better about their situation. But one thing I can say here, as a Black American, we fought for everything that we have. We fought, and a lot of these guys, they don't know anything about that, and it's not in them to actually do it if it comes down to it. Denise has been the most amazing proponent for Latin America that I've seen. So let's give Denise her flowers, because she actually talks about real issues that's happening in Latin America, and what's going on with the corruptive governments, and what people need to do to address these issues, and giving a lot of information on why people need to address these issues. So let's give it up one time for Denise.
Thank you, Rakim.
Yep.
And I want to
Denise?
highlight. Yeah, go ahead, Toro.
I said Denise do a really good job on here in spreading awareness and good news.
Thank you. Thank you guys very much. I want to highlight something that Blood Moon just said. She says, I doubt that they are aware what's actually happening in their respective countries. They don't even know who is really in charge. That is literally so accurate. I could not even put it in better words. This is the problem that we have with a lot of fellow Latinos here in the diaspora, is the fact that a lot of them don't even know, like Blood Moon just stated, who is really in charge and what are the problems with, our respective countries and how to even help. Which is why I said, since they don't know that information, the only thing that they bring to the table, or they can, possibly bring to the table, it's money. Like, unless you're willing to go and rebuild your country, which you can't do without money as well, then the answer is going to be money. And that's, something that it doesn't matter how we put it. It's an uncomfortable conversation to have, but it needs to be had. We need to, put these people, the Slowteps specifically, into, show them a mirror of, like, this is what's happening right now. And one thing I have noticed is that they rely a lot on previous generations that have done already their share of the load. Like, if you're over 36 to 60 years old, I am sorry, thank you for your service, but we can rely on you guys to keep working so that we can just enjoy ourselves and chill out. Older people are working, their asses off. They have done for decades now, and we can keep relying on them. I see that Morena says, I know I wasn't informed until meeting you guys in these spaces. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Trust me, the same way that we learned the Americana version of our diasporas, I'm pretty sure that, we have to also inform our diaspora of what's going on. Now, Terrell, I see that Rakim, you have some fans. Morena says, nice picture. And
Thank you so much, Morena.
Blood Moon says, yeah, he looks cute there.
Thank you, Blood Moon. I highly appreciate it. Y'all got me blushing.
Excuse me, Denise.
Yeah, go ahead, Jose.
But something, the fact of the matter is, sooner or later, people in my generation, we have to pass the baton to the younger people.
Yes.
But the thing that I'm concerned about is that passing the baton to the next generation and then they dropping it.
Yes.
I mean, that's because the fact of the matter is, I cannot work until I'm ready to die.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to retire in a few years. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enjoy my golden years doing whatever I feel like doing, because I am entitled to the fact that I worked in my life. I have done what I can to try to improve my situation and be a proud representative of our community. It's time. It's time for the younger people. I hate to say this, to put on their big boy pants on, and start putting aside this petty garbage about you dating an African American male, which I say, who freaking cares?
Nobody cares, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Where are those values that are older generation before us, even Gen Xers had, of I want to retire my parents. We are losing that. There's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of duty. No sense of community whatsoever. It's only how can I say it? We're more interested in optics and stupidity.
Yes, it's sad. It's sad, but it's true. And I noticed that when I gone to other streams as well and see how certain individuals interact. It's like, and then sometimes I wonder, my good gosh, these people lead pathetic lives. I mean, it's like, okay, I don't mean to brag, but I have traveled to 6 countries in my lifetime. Okay. I have represented my union in many conferences. Okay. I have participated in unit bargaining with the city of New York. Okay. I know people might look at me as a old nerdy church guy, what have you. But the fact of the matter is, I actually done stuff in my life. Okay. And when you compare what I have done as compared to some of the so-called proud Latinos, I mean, it's night and day.
I'm sorry to laugh. Just okay. Terrell said, "I look good too, Blood Moon," and Blood Moon said, "Not to me."
But you know what? We all look great, so don't worry about it.
Oh, I feel good about myself.
Because let me tell you something. I look great for 59.
Look. I think I look like trash for 34, but
No. You look you look beautiful. You look beautiful for 34. Okay. If you were single and I was like a few years younger, I might, approach you, in a respectable way.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you. Now I see that Ramon is here. What's up, my fellow Boricua? ¿Cómo está, Ramon? Ramon? The Slowteps got him.
I think the mix got him.
Yeah. The
Shout out to
Ramon.
Ramon. Shout out to Ramon. That's my boy.
Yeah, Ramon is like fighting with his machete on hand and anything. Look at Radical. Radical said, "I look better than all y'all. I'm the Radical Papi Shampoo." Oh my God.
What's up, Red? Shout out to Red.
Okay. I look great for my age.
Look at Morena. Oye, eso te report. Yeah, Morena. Believe it or not, I do think I'm old. But I've always been like that, though. I've always transitioned a little bit from all the Slowteps, going a little bit more into my birthday. I do think I look, older. It's. I didn't start appreciating age till age 32. Until age 32, when I had to watch and sit through a lot of immature conversations with my nieces and nephews that are older, I said, you know what? I survived. Ramon, are you there? Are you there, Ramon? Ramon, go bounce out and come back in. I'll let you in. I'll give you even 5 minutes to see if like your audio comes back on. I see that Radical says Jose looked like Dominio playing Puerto Rican who will tell you stories about the old days in the island. Oh my god.
Radical, you wish you looked this good at 59.
Oh my god.
That's all I got to say.
Look, Morena says after 25, the year started flying past. Oh my God!
Yes, it does.
After
Yes, it does,
25 years old, it was insane. Now,
I'm
Blood Moon
25.
says, "Well, live every day and cherish it." Blood Moon says 34 is baby making age. Trust me, we're in the baby making process. So, at some point, you're gonna see a baby Latin explaining. Now. Ramon, are you here, Ramon? Baby, Melanie and I said baby MK. Okay.
Baby MK. You know something, Denise? I remember when I met a guy, and I remember I asked him, I said, "Man, what year was you born? How old?" He was like, "Oh man, I was born in '95." I was like, "Man, '95. I remember '95."
How
I was a
sweet.
kid, but I still remember it.
Of course.
Go to show you how quick the time moves on.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Trust me. After I'm with Morena. After 25, you wait one day. If at 25 years old, I'm gonna share this anecdote, and if you guys have questions for me, just let me know, and I'll answer them to my best ability. But after 25, I remember that was the last time I was at the club at 25 years old, because I was like, you know what, like I fell asleep. I went to see De La Ghetto, De La GC. I don't know if you guys know him. I went to see him at this club in Puerto Rico. And in Puerto Rico, the clubbing scene is completely different. Like they close down when the alcohol runs out. And that usually happens like around 6 a.m. And it was like 1 a.m. and the dude didn't show up. It was 2 a.m. The dude wasn't there. And I fell asleep. I passed out for like 20 minutes. And my friends were like, "Hey, like, wake up. You fell asleep in the middle of the club." And that was my wake-up call. I was like, you know what? I'm 25. I need to eject myself from this scene and just stay at home. Like, I can't do this all-nighters anymore. Rakim is back. The Slowteps are fighting him. Radical Latino says, Jose looked like an old player with 21-year-old shorty calling him crazy legs. Oh, my God. And then he says, Jose looked like he can dance a mean bachata on some footloose movie. Oh, my God.
Well, next year, I'm going to be 60. So I plan to do something big on my birthday next year.
Ooh, Jose's gonna rent out the nightclub, Radical. So go and dance your heart out.
I need to go.
Terrell, I would say, live your life, enjoy it, because you're gonna blink and you're gonna be 35.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh,
Time is of the essence.
Time flies.
It happens. Brahman is like, Rad always con los chistes. No, but seriously, enjoy your life. Does anybody has a question before I start wrapping this up? Do you want to ask me something? Do you want to share an anecdote? Radical, as usual, says, his funny self, Jose looks like he plays the lotto every week, saying, I'm retired to the island if I win. Oh, my God.
That's why we have a thing called pensions and Social Security.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. How is Puerto Rico, Denise? I want to go.
Beautiful. It's humid. I would recommend. I didn't experience the outages because at the place I was staying, it's powered by solar panels, so we didn't have that issue. But look up where you're gonna stay.
Which part you went to?
Ceiba. I was between Ceiba and Fajardo. Ramon is back.
My mother was raised in Saba.
Oh, that's so cute. Save is beautiful. Justin loved it. Now, I see that Ramon is here. Finally, the Slowteps released him from YouTube jail. What's up, Ramon?
Hey, happy birthday, chica. Can you hear me okay this time?
Yes.
Happy
thank
birthday
you.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, mama.
Salud.
Salud, salud, mama.
May you live to be 150.
Now,
Yes.
you see, Ramon, no,
Dímelo.
don't get into that same thing with Jose. Jose wants me to. I already told, and I'm gonna explain for everybody that's watching. I want to live until 75. After 75, I want to just go and rest.
No. If you're alive and healthy at 75, then you should push for 80. If you get to 80 and you are healthy and happy and all of that, then you should push for 90. You should
I
try to
agree.
get 90
Ramon
years.
got a
I
good
agree.
idea.
Go on. What's wrong with
Yes.
that?
I agree too.
Yes. And then spend your retirement years in Rochester.
I mean, as long as you're healthy. If you're in pain and you're suffering, that's one thing. But if you're healthy, I mean, come on. What's wrong with that? Live as long as you can. That's
I
kinda like-
agree.
that's the natural drive of humans, to live as long as possible. You know that.
Oh no! Look, Blood Moon says she's on my team. She's like, I want to live until exactly 100. Let me die the day after. That is the right attitude. I want to live until 75 because after that, I'm not gonna be able to drive. I'm not gonna be able to do a lot of stuff. No, and I'm gonna be freaking old. Like I don't want people to see my picture when I was young and then see that wrinkle that even an iron flattened, and they're like, she used to look like.
Okay, you see a picture of you when you were younger, then you see yourself in the mirror and see the dark the contrast of it, and then you don't want to see yourself
Not
like
only
that.
that,
No, but it's
let's
not
just
it's
face
up to
it.
you can be cute
Let
and
me-
older.
Let's just
Yes.
face it. How many 75-year-olds, how many 76-year-olds are independent?
Well, I've seen quite a few. I've seen quite a few.
Well, we're living in a
The
time
majority?
now.
The majority?
We're living in a time
The
now
ones that
where
I've seen, they were
somebody-
very healthy.
Oh my God, look at Radical. Radical says, Jose looks like he collects gold coins.
Uh,
Do you know those dollar gold coins?
the dollar coins, those are collector items.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Jose
Right.
looks like those Puerto Ricans that play domino outside on the summer.
Yeah, that they are at the placitas. That are at the placitas playing dominoes.
Yeah, you can drop
That's
Jose
what
at
he
the
looks like.
placita.
He needs a guayabera. He needs to have a
And,
guayabera on.
Yeah, la placita de Santurce.
Yeah.
He's hating because I look great for 59.
Of course. And you'll be happy at the placita playing dominoes.
Yeah.
Looking good. Looking
Tomando,
good.
no.
With the-
Drinking chichaito, Ramon. Ugh.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys ever tried chichaito?
What's that?
What,
I
what's
don't
that?
remember.
Chichaito is anise and vodka.
No.
No.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God.
no. Never
You
done
guys
it.
are so blessed. Yeah, I have. That's an old freaking drink. And
Yeah, I know.
I tried it, and it tastes really good. The thing is, like, oh my God, like I even to talk about it. But to be honest with you, you never feel so disgusting, like internally in your life after you're recovering from being drunk on that stuff. Like having, oh my God, those shots are gross. Like after a while, you feel like you want to throw up. You feel uneasy.
Oh.
You feel, oh my God, it's like the most horrible feeling.
Yeah, I've kind of gone overboard with the pitoro, but not with chichaito. I've never
Oh
had
no,
really
but
chichaito.
Pitorro is good.
Yeah,
Pitorro
yeah,
is really good. Pitorro
yeah.
is
But
really
that
good.
type of bootleg, one has to be careful with it because
Yeah.
it can be a little, it can be bad for you.
Oh yeah. Trust me. You don't feel
Oh, yeah,
it
so
till
you
you do.
celebrated? Are you getting smashed for your birthday or whatever? Yeah.
No, I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating here. Like after I finish the stream, we're gonna sing happy birthday and whatnot. But we're gonna celebrate Friday. Going out and stuff. But we
Yeah, yeah.
started
No,
today.
no. What I mean with smashed is like getting drunk or partying.
Oh yeah,
partying hard.
yeah, definitely. We're gonna get lit. We're gonna get lit, Ramon.
Yeah,
Don't
get
worry.
smashed and then get smashed.
Oh my.
Yeah, yeah.
And look, Melanated Knight is laughing his ass off right there.
Well, that's the plan. That should be the plan. He knows that.
Yeah,
Get
Mama
smashed and
Joe.
then get smashed. Do it.
Look at Terrell. It's like
Yeah, he's getting uncomfortable. It's getting it's
Bro,
making
this is
him
too
uncomfortable.
fun.
What I'm talking about. Yeah.
Say, Radical, why don't you come on the stream?
oh my God! Look, Ramon, Cristina
Like his
called you
coquito.
fresco.
The coquito.
Well,
well,
says that
Tina,
that
I'm
is
Puerto Rico,
blood.
man.
No.
I'm Puerto Rico. That's our humor. That's how our humor is.
Yeah, we're definitely, our humor is dark.
Yeah. We're dirty minded. Puerto Ricans are
But
dirty
he's
minded.
not, yeah, but he's not blood moon.
Well, it's just that I've never seen him up here. I mean, I'm sure he could go. He could get on.
Yeah, he could get on. Tell him to.
I've never seen him in one of your streams.
Me neither.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah,
Give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second, guys.
Sure thing. I'll use the opportunity to say what's up to my guy Rakim. What's going on? You there?
My boy Ramon, what's going on with you, bro? How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, it's good to hear from you as usual. It's just that we don't have that much of a chance to
same as
channel.
well, brother. Same as well.
My guy.
Oh yeah, same
So-
as well.
Yes. And Terrell, what's up with you? You have been kind of missing in action a little bit.
For me, I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
I've been on Radical. I've been on, trying to see who else live streams I've been going on. Estina, and I've been
Right.
in Complex channel, so I'll be seeing.
Hey, Terrell, you've been on the timeout rampage.
Oh, yeah.
Timeout rampage with that wrench.
Oh, he got the wrench power on.
Yeah, he been timing people out on Raz channel with those wrenches.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well,
After coming down a bit, I was overdoing it, but that's all right. Some people just can get out of hand.
Well, yeah. Those are the types that need to get attention to themselves, and they can get disrespectful. So, yeah, they should get the range treatment. They are.
Yeah, they were saying a lot of anti-black man bashing, so I went in on them.
Yeah.
But
As you should. You know, one thing, man. People say the nastiest things over the internet, man. We bear
Of
witness
course.
to that. People say the
because,
nastiest things.
Yeah, those are the internet tough guys. I mean, they can talk a lot of shit from behind the keyboard. They wouldn't do that in real life. The moment they were to get confronted about it in real life, they'll bitch up. I mean, unfortunately, there is like a whole generation that are like that. There is like a whole generation that are like that. I mean, they switch it up really quick if they were confronted in real life. That's why I keep it the same in front of people or behind the computer. I remain the same person. I mean, I don't need to
Exactly.
I don't need to get all disrespectfully. If I disagree with you on something, I'll let you know I disagree with you on whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna cuss anybody out. So there is no need for that.
Terrell has literally a virtual machete blocking people
No.
away. Blood Moon, you can tell Donnie that he's free. He's out of YouTube.
Oh, he's using that range like Thor's hammer or something like that. He's
Yeah.
going out after people with it.
But you know
He's-
what?
Don't abuse that power, Terrell. Don't abuse it.
Terrell is like, oh, fuck this shit. I'm out. You're out. You're blocked.
Guys, I just want to let you know I'm using my new laptop for tonight.
Ooh.
Oh man,
Oh,
shout
that's
out to you. Shout out to you. I gotta go get myself one. I've been meaning to go get one for the last.
I want to
week,
get
man.
I
I'ma
want
go
to get
it.
another one too. But I'm like, should I get like a new desktop or like a new laptop? I don't know. I'm very indecisive. I'm a Libra.
Hmm.
We're indecisive. You guys know it.
Yeah.
It's very tough for us to make a decision.
Sometimes.
No, all the time. For me, it's all the time.
Okay. Well, I tend to be more decisive.
So I
Look
gotta
at
ask you
radical
guys.
bragging. Look at radical
What are
bragging.
some
I
of
got
the-
a new
who do-
MacBook M1.
Oh
at him.
man, shout out to you, Rad. Shout out.
Shout
Okay.
out to you, Radical. Congratulations.
So what do you guys think? Speaking of you being a Libra, Denise, what do you guys think of some of the most what are some of the most compatible zodiac signs with each other? Like especially with you being a Libra, what are the compatible zodiac signs with Libras?
It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that Denise is a Libra because I mean she reminds me so much of my sister who had a birthday recently. It just doesn't surprise me, for real. I mean, yeah, just a few days ago she had her birthday too. So and she's a Libra too. Big surprise because you do remind me of my sister. It's like I'm talking to a relative when I talk to Denise. Yeah.
Well,
But look, as a Libra, I mean, you know what? I used to be more in touch with the zodiac in the past, but I stopped. I think Libras match with Gemini, but I have not had like a great experience with Geminis. So I don't know what to tell you. Look, Blood Moon is more knowledgeable on that. She said
I dated one.
Libra match perfectly with Gemini. You see, Aquarius, air signs, also Aries. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I don't necessarily match with my significant other. We're actually not a match according to the zodiac, but we get along so well. But also,
Yeah, well, that's
Libras,
kinda like a
Libras
thing.
get along. Libras get along with everybody. We soften the air for everybody. In all honesty, I'm not saying it because I'm a Libra. We're like people persons. Like we're really like, you know. I think that's from where, you know, really, Lamoon. I'm gonna check it out. Hold on, because I went into the studio. But you guys keep going. I'm still here.
I know anytime if I've dated certain women and they be like, what's your zodiac sign? And I tell them I was born in May. They be like, oh my God, you a Taurus.
You're
I'm like,
a
yeah,
Taurus,
I'm a
Rakim?
Taurus. Yes, I am. I'm a Taurus.
Oh Lord, another earth sign. You're like Justin. He's an earth sign too.
I don't even
Like-
follow none of those signs. I just go with
Yeah,
whoever.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun to like. I know about mine. I'm not familiar with a lot of other people's, but I know I am a humble person. Certain things, if I do have my mind made up, I don't back down on it. And I'm a humble guy until you cross me. If you cross me, I'm gonna go through hell and hot water to get you. I gotta get
I
you.
see
I
that.
gotta get you.
Blood Moon says, "What is MK sign?" He's a Virgo. His birthday, like his season ends and mine starts because mine is more important. No, I'm joking.
well, I just celebrated my birthday Saturday with my siblings, and I posted a little video on my channel. You know, I'm very fortunate to be 59 because none of my male siblings has reached that age yet. Um, my oldest brother was 36 when he passed away. My older brother was 56 when he was passed away. My younger brother was 49. So the fact that I'm 59, that's a miracle in itself.
Yeah, that's definitely a blessing,
It's a
Jose.
blessing to
And
live another
rest
day.
in peace to your siblings.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Look, Donnie says this was a miscarriage of YouTube justice. Thanks for the bell. Denise, happy birthday. Thank you, Donnie. Don't worry. I took you out of jail. Don't worry about it.
Shout out to Danny.
Well,
Good to have
Yeah,
Danny on
madam.
board.
Oh my God. Look, Radical says, Libra gang, my birthday is on the 19th. Radical, we should do like a special
A
for
special live.
like a special live for Libras. You know, all of us with you, Jose,
oh yes, definitely.
Radical Latino, all these Libras need to get together.
Yes.
We're the
I'm on board,
force.
so
We are
I'm-
the force that move the world. Everybody stay quiet.
Well, I just want to remind everybody that I have a live stream Friday night. I'm going to be doing part 2 of being a homeowner. And actually, I'm going to have the real estate agent who helped me get my place.
Yeah, you said it. And you know what, Jose, can you tell people the name of your
Yeah, okay. Actually,
ahead.
okay. I call it uncommon sense. And the reason why I call it uncommon sense because we're dealing with everyday solutions. And unfortunately, not many people use common sense, which is why I call it uncommon sense. Denise has been, actually, all of you, got all the people that are on the panel have been very gracious to be on my channel, help support me. I really appreciate the support that you guys have given me. And go do everything I can to make sure that your trust in me is well placed. And it'll be on Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Central Standard Time, and I don't know what else, whatever time.
Look, I have some comments that are hilarious here. Blood Moon said that she doesn't get along because she's a Gemini with male Virgos. Yeah, like I told you in the comment section, Blood Moon, like for some reason, air signs and earth and air don't get along. It's so crazy that me and Justin get along. Johnny Mills says, Denise, you need to invite us to your birthday next time. Everybody's welcome. I'm a people person. Just don't be a weirdo. And don't bring no slow tap energy. But other than that, like I'm good. And even if you bring it, let's just get drunk together. Blood Moon says, Radical and I make a good match. I will be lusting after him now. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then Donnie says, just watch out for the Ecuadorian. Radical says, if you're not a Libra, you're a white supremacist. Yeah, I second that. Oh my God. But definitely we should definitely do a Libra season live stream. I think I'll host it. It says, Christina says, where are all the water signs at? Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Who is a water sign here? What's your sign, Terrell?
Pisces. I was born in March.
There we go. Water sign. Ramon, what's your sign?
Yeah, I'm a Leo land sign.
Oh, you're a Leo.
Yes, I was born in August.
Interesting.
August 1st.
Interesting.
Yeah. Curiously enough, when it comes to a significant other, the better the woman that I have actually been able to match best with have been other Leonas. I've been with Leona
Really?
for some reason. Yeah.
It's because
I
you
mean,
guys are particular. You guys
Yeah.
are very particular.
But there is the loyalty thing, because there is a loyalty component that we do have that is very important to us. and there are people that are flaky when it comes to loyalty, or there are they're fake, and they're liars, and I hate liars. There are too many of those out there. So
Oh
for
yeah.
some reason, it's being there are a couple of Leo women that I could call up, maybe not right now because it's a little late, but tomorrow, and I haven't talked to them in a while. But I know that I were to dial them up, they'll pick up their phone because they're always there. They're real. They're very real, and I can count on them. I mean, and I never have any problems or arguments with them, and for some reason, and they're Leos. Now the next best for me has been like a couple of Aquarius that I have been with, because there's supposedly there is a compatibility with Aquarius women, and I dated a Gemini, and even though it didn't last for that long, she's somebody that actually I'm still friends with, because I have a thing where if things don't work out, I like to be able to end on good terms and make clean breaks, so there is no animosity or hatred, or kind of like so nobody's hating anybody. It doesn't always work, because there are the types that will betray me, will betray my
Yeah.
trust. It has happened to me, but for the most part, I can actually end on good terms with a significant
That's
other.
good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see
It's
the
being
radical
adult.
Latino.
It's a matter of being an adult about it.
Yeah, I see that radical Latino said. Oh, somebody has feedback. Hold on. If somebody has me on YouTube, just X that YouTube and then stay here. Radical Latino says Blood Moon is my mommy chula now. And then Radical said Christina is a weak sign, and Christina said Radical shut it. But in all honesty, guys, I'm gonna start wrapping this up. So if you guys have any birthday wishes or questions, write them down, and I'll answer them when I start. When it's my turn to final thoughts. So Jose, final thoughts. Then Terrell. Then Rakim and Ramon.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for being very gracious to allow me to be on your stream. And believe me, I can speak for everybody here. You were sorely missed. I mean, your humor, your intelligence, and whatnot. I mean, some of those live streams I participated, it's like, I think I've done enough penance for our lifetime. But the fact of the matter is, going back, the mix need to, do some self evaluation and try to develop some sort of a vision, so they can not only improve their lot in life but improve the community. As long as they continue to lash out on the few people that are trying to empower us, all they're going to do is they're going to continue to shoot themselves in the foot or put their foot in their mouth. That being said, I hope to see you guys Friday night. And I'm going to close the same way I always close. People, please be careful out there, because we still have to deal with C-19, and we must avoid our contact with the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will become infected by their stupidity and insanity. Will be targeted like a person that's brain damaged.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
As usual, thank you for joining. I'm gonna put you backstage and go anywhere. Terrell, final thoughts.
Well, I want to say that glad to have you back, and you was very sadly missed because we needed your live streams back again. Because I've been on other live streams, and was nothing like yours, and you do really care for your people and your community and other groups of people, and you do give out good educational information. And I pretty miss being on here, hearing your voice and hearing some useful information. And Dean's been kind of different without you, especially you and Brotep. And I feel like I was saying to myself, oh, these two need to hurry up and come back to YouTube and give some good insight on some things, because not too many other YouTubers is giving us important information. And y'all talk about some really good, serious topics that we need to know. And y'all usually have some information that I can ask questions to. And your channel has always been peaceful, friendly, no arguing, fighting, or bashing. Any races on it, everybody get along and friendly, and we usually don't get the Slowteps or the Hispanoteps coming over here.
Thank God.
And I always enjoy being on your platform.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to host you too, Terrell.
Yes.
So thank you very much. I'm gonna put you backstage. Don't go anywhere, okay? Thank you so much. I miss you guys too. Now, Ramon, final thoughts?
The first thing, of course, I mean, I appreciate you letting me on the panel. Like Terrell said, it's good to see you back doing your thing on your channel. It's a welcome change. And when it comes to the other topics, a couple of other topics that you were talking about, I mean, definitely. I'm kind of torn as to how to feel about certain millennials, because I know that there are millennials that are the way that you described, that they kind of don't have a care in the world, and they are kind of like delaying adulthood until they are like in their late 20s or something like that. When it comes to their mentality, I mean, they're not kind of like developing mentally as they should.
It's a sector.
Yeah, it's a part of them. I wouldn't say all of them are like that, but I do feel for the other millennials that are actually trying to make something better of themselves, and they are going to college, and in the process, they're taking on this huge debt that they're gonna have difficulty being able to pay it off, and they're like starting in the hole already. They're already starting in a debt hole. And because of how things are going right now, it's going to make it very difficult for them to be able to get out of that hole that they're starting out with. I mean, far more than the peoples before them, when college may have been somewhat more affordable. So I do feel for them. I don't look down. I can't look down on them at all. There are certain aspects of society that will be more difficult for them. So that's another thing. But as you were saying, what you call the Slowteps, hey, they don't have anything better to talk about. I mean, they're not bringing anything positive. They are tough guys behind the keyboard. They mean nothing. So don't get discouraged. I'm sure that some of them are being assholes and trying to harass you and give you a hard time and all. But it's because you're very important to them. That's why they're doing that. You're very important to them, and they think about you a lot, and they're kind of like a part of that. They wish that they could meet you. They're your fans. They're your fans. They seem to be acting in a lot of hatred, but they're fans of yours. It's the same thing that It's the same thing that I tell Christina. I tell Christina the same things. You know that she has her fair share of haters. Supposedly, they're not really haters. That's just a way for them to express how much of a fans they are of hers, and she knows that. She knows that, and you know that too. They're your fans. They care about you, but they don't know how to express it to you, except in a more negative manner. It's kind of like certain siblings that they fight a lot, but if you separate them, then they miss each other. That kind of thing, that kind of dynamic. That's to a degree. It's not the same thing, but it's kind of to a degree that if you go away, they don't hear from you. They're gonna miss you. So That's how it is. It's weird. It's hard to understand, but that's how it goes with some of them. I mean,
They're complicated, Ramon. They're complicated.
yes, definitely. So
Well,
I'm gonna step out again. Thanks for having me on your panel. I look forward to the next one, to your next slide.
definitely. I'll
Mhm.
be here Thursday. I'm gonna put you backstage. Don't go anywhere. Now, Rakim, final thoughts for today. But before you go, thank you, Pamela, for the birthday wishes. We did enjoy our trip. I'm going to do a clip. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram because of copyright. Um, but definitely look forward to it. I'm gonna upload it this weekend. Okay. Now, Rakim, final thoughts.
Oh, my final thoughts. Well, once again, it's great to have you back, Denise. It's been a void. We need some balance of common sense. I'm pretty sure the audience, we like ratchetness, but at the same time, we need some place to go when it's to speak about issues that affect us on our daily lives, and to speak about what's actually going on in the real world, and speak with somebody that actually have common sense that's able to critically think. So you was very much missed, and we're really grateful to have you back.
Thank
So
you.
as far as the slow tips go, I don't know what to say about these guys, because like what Ramon was saying, everybody could get behind a keyboard and talk reckless, talk crazy, but any real man don't have to say they're alpha. You just know that you're a man. And with a lot of these guys, just when you hear their voices, when you hear their talking points, you can sense cowardice. You can sense that these men don't know how to approach real issues. You can sense the fact that they have so much emotion. Reminds me of a woman that has estrogen. So these guys are not to be taken serious, but commonly we battle the UTAs, United Teps of America, whether it be the divest Teps or the slow Teps or the state Teps or whatever other Tep
The
that
TEP community.
the
The
Tep
TEP
community.
community.
All of them that oppose, everybody get this work if you oppose. If you opposition, you get this work. So, it's nothing much to say about those guys. For the fact is, they have to work on their homes, work on trying to establish a career, work on having multiple streams of revenue, and then you can talk about building up your community. But there's no way you can talk about resurrecting the Spanish Empire from your mother's garage. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Learn how to change your gear, wash yourself, brush your teeth, put on some nice cologne,
Drink
you know,
water.
drink water, educate yourself and eat healthy, and then go out, meet a woman, then build up your life, then come back to the Spanish Empire talk. I guarantee you'll be a little bit more effective than currently right now. So that's all I got to say. And once again, it's good to have you back, Denise. And I want you to enjoy your birthday, and you go out there, y'all have a good time, and drink some wine for me. That's all I got to say.
Okay, salute. I'm gonna put you backstage for Kim. Thank you very much. Don't go anywhere. Well, guys, like I said, it has been a pleasure. I'm so glad to be back. Salute. And in all honesty, like I said at the beginning, and I said before I started the topic, by any means, I don't intend it to make this to like shame people or humiliate nobody. It's simply something that must be talked about, and we have to keep going. And like I said, this season 2 is going to focus on the weak links of not only the Latin community, but other communities as well, because it has been brought to my attention. I mostly focus on the Latin community because it's my community. I love it, and I want us to do better. I want us to be the best, of course. But a lot of things have been brought to my attention. And Thursday, we're going to talk about it. Thursday, we're going to talk about the counterparts of the Slowteps, and we're going to focus on the TEP community. We have the Slowteps, the divest Teps, the correct Teps, and the state Teps. And Jose, very kindly and very charismatic, has called them the mics, the mentally and intellectually challenged. But they are Teps nonetheless. And Thursday, we're going to hammer down on another sector of the TEPS. And trust me, this one is going to be good because personally, you guys have seen me going, back to back against this type of TEPS. And this type of TEPS thinks that they're flying under the radar because I'm Latina and because I cannot call them out. Well, let me tell you something. I can call you guys out too. And I will call you guys out. So get ready. Get your popcorn ready. Get your feelings hurt. Because Thursday, I am coming with another episode of Latin Explaining that's going to be called The Debt That the Divesteps Create. So if you think that the debt that the Slowteps create was a good topic, wait till you see Thursday. Because these ladies think that this is something that is going to fly under the radar. I have heard the men on this community and some of the women in this community, and I am also going to talk about them on Latin Explaining to give my Latin perspective on the Divesteps. So guys, that has been all for today. Before I go, I want to remind you, like Blood Moon very charismatically and nicely said, to donate to the channel. Also, catch up the birthday girl at $Denise 100 by 35 if you want to send me some love for my birthday, or if you want to just to support the channel and whatnot. Also, if you have any questions or inquiries or anything that you would like for me to discuss on the channel, or a subject that is worrying you, or even now I'm going to introduce on season 2, if you have a business venture that you want me to talk about or you want me to announce here, I have a special space between the intermission and music. I do not charge for it. So if you want to promote whatever it is you're selling or whatever it is you're doing, hit me up. Send me an email. I'll make it happen. It will be here on Latin Explaining. So guys, and also, even before I go, I want to remind you guys to follow me on Instagram, like I said before, Denise.Gonzalez.VJCaswan, so that you can keep up with me and everything I do, make jokes, have fun, and whatnot. And without any further ado, guys, I'm officially 34 years old. It has been a pleasure to be here. My vacation was amazing. I know YouTube was dry without me and my jokes, and I'm back. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. I miss you guys too. And I'll see you guys Thursday with another episode of Latin Explaining with Denise Gonzalez. Ciao!